welcome back to my little quest New Horizons. I'm Deirdre. Should we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today, where we will be doing usual stuff. What's happened today? For Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisps, that entire Let's Play should be out by now. Let me think. Yes, yeah, it would be out by now by the time you're watching this video. Because the thumbnail art, I actually finished it this morning, about an hour before it was supposed to go up. I think roughly, and I was like, okay, I'll delay when I normally post it by about an hour, so because I'm not sure if it'll finish rendering and stuff in time, and indeed it didn't, but still, that was finished today. Hello there everyone, right now in Fawnhollow, it's 4:53 PM on Saturday, November 13th, 2021. It's another lovely Saturday, and KK is performing in the slider, in the plaza, what? In the slider? He loves audience requests, so if there's anything you'd like to hear, stop by the plaza and let him know, and with that, I'll get back to work supporting you and your enjoyment of our island, which we probably should do, because if I recall, there are new KK slider songs which we need to check out. And the only way, of course, we can get them is by participating in the KK slider concerts. But yeah, I finished, Ori the Will-o'-the Voice. I keep wanting to say Ori the Blind Forest, despite the fact it's not Ori the Blind Forest. They just keep sending us presents, and I feel really bad because I never send anything in return. But it's probably just going to be another pattern, so, you know, that's a punishment. No, I'm joking, of course. Got some advice. Who's this? Mountain. I'm probably always yakking about how hard you should work, but you got to know how to kick. Oh, no, we know this, Apollo. You sent us this before. What have you sent, Rach? Mamma mia, says Rach. Okay. I'm gonna guess she made some spaghetti or something. I gotta say, I do love spaghetti. It is probably one of my favourite dishes. It's a pizza margherita. Thank you very much. I think all of my recipes I've learned, that's probably about half the recipes I've learned. Just from one from Rach and then one from whatever you get when you start the game, whatever. Let's see what our gyroid is for today. But yeah, but I finished Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisps thumbnail earlier today. I recorded the episodes of Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisps ages ago. I can't even remember. I must have done it a couple of weeks ago or something. I can't really record. Oinkoid. Are you going to sound like a pig? You had a very scrunched up face. Hold on. We probably want to put you just about here. Is that right? Yeah, that looks right. Complete the W of our gyroids. Gyroids? Who knows how you say them? But wait, hold on. We learned all these recipes we're holding in our hands, right? I assume so. But yeah, I recorded the Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisp things like ages ago. I don't even remember when I did it. So it was a bit last minute that I actually finished off a thumbnail art, which is not normally what I intend to do. It's just, you know, of course, I had a friend's birthday coming up and had to do some stuff with that. So, you know, things like made up a bit of a backlog while that sort of project was being worked on. But of course, that has now, that's all done. His birthday's coming on. He did like it a lot. And it was all in good fun. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisps, I will say, is an absolutely gorgeous game. Please do check out the Let's Play if you want to check it out. Or if you don't, then don't, I suppose. I'm not really in control of whatever you plan on doing. Phoebe's asleep, so let's not wake her. But Ori and the Will-o'-the-Wisp is probably one of the most gorgeous games I've ever seen. And it's not just because I look at it and be like, whoa, this is like a masterpiece, this will go down in history. It's like the greatest works of art or something. It's different in a sense. I think it's a way it executes its both its atmosphere and its aesthetic is just perfect. You know? Perfect. It's so soft, it's so graceful, everything's so flowing, all the nature is so beautiful to look at. And it's something I really felt when I was actually playing the game itself, is it has a fantastic, like, I don't know how to, what is it called, like, a fantastic, like, polish, a fantastic game feel, where it's like, just small little things which all add up together when you're playing a game to just give it that sort of extra oomph. Which is often what people say, sort of, you know, what's the word? Separates like indie titles from AAA titles is often because they have a budget they can spend it on polishing all these tiny little details. Which is oh, are these potatoes? Hold on, Nook Mile mission complete. I guess it's a cabin tour. Yeah, we've done 10 cabin tours now, and we found the potato island, which is cool because we don't actually have potatoes. I assume these are potatoes, so of course we'll be digging them up. Yeah, it's often a deciding factor and differences, I suppose, between indie titles and AAA titles is the lack thereof of the sort of polish. And that's not to say that like indie games aren't polished. It's just like it's a very, very subtle sort of polish, which is very hard to notice. I think very hard to quite put your finger on when you try and do it. But it's sort of like you play the games and you're like, just intrinsically in me, I can feel there's something slightly lacking from this title or not. And I'm often reminded of the fact because it was I mean, criticism makes it sound harsher than it actually is. It's just more like, you know, indie devs don't have as big a budget. What can you really expect? There's nothing really wrong. And I suppose the polish, to be fair, is probably the last thing you should really care about in a game, because it's a thing which doesn't really impact much. And so much as it impacts, I suppose, the soul of the game, you might argue. But really, like, intrinsically, it doesn't really have much effect on, like, there's no effects on the graphics, or when you actually play the game itself. Hold on, we need 8 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's dig up 2 more. We don't actually need 8, but we'll just, maybe we should dig up 10, just like everything else. Okay, let's dig up 10. Because I don't know how many potatoes and stuff we'd so require. But it was often, not a criticism, but like, a thing which is often said about Bug Fables, and then like in comparison from, because Bug Fables, obviously it's written like its heart's on its sleeve, it's very strongly inspired by the earlier installments of a Paper Mario series. 6, okay, 1 more. Especially the Thousand Year Door, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. And of course, games which are inspired by other games come out all the time, and especially since Paper Mario is going down like a whole wildly different trajectory for some reason compared to the previous iterations, it's not a bad thing. In fact, I think a lot of people will be really welcoming, and a lot of people were really welcoming to, I suppose, a tribute, in a sense, to that sort of genre. Basically, a sequel which is not actually a sequel. Because the devs the original Nintendo devs, of course, are never going to make a sequel or Paper Mario, I hope, in the same sort of style that Thousand Year Door do. Although apparently, what was the recent one? Like, it wasn't sticker style, hold on. The Origami Kings, not bad, it's just different. Oh, French fries. Wow. Recipe. But yeah. It was a thing that was often said about Bug Fables, I remember reading, is that Bug Fables, it really is like a very good homage, I suppose, to Paper Mario and the early installments of the series, and people liked it, but often people just say there's something that they can't quite put their finger on, that it feels like it's lacking that little like spark which Nintendo games have. But it's not because of the writing or anything like that, it's not because of the story, it's not necessarily because of the graphics either, it's just something about it feels like it's missing something which the earlier games have. And I suppose that's always an argument that you can make, being like, oh, maybe it's just because it's rose tinted glasses, you know, people are looking at Paper Mario through the veneer of like nostalgia, so it's not really a fair comparison in the first place. Fair, I think, but I also, maybe I kind of agree, and that's not to say like I'm dissing on Bug Fables. I love Bug Fables, it's a fantastic game and I love playing it, and I'd strongly recommend it to anyone who likes RPGs and that sort of thing. But I would be remiss if I didn't say, yeah, you know, there is something when I'm playing a game which I suppose it can't quite live up to Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Obviously it can't, because, you know, it was made by a much smaller indie team instead of, you know, a team of thousands, and which I imagine, or hundreds even, Nintendo must have. It must be like a team of probably like tens, or maybe even only a handful. And it's incredible what they created, because it's still so amazing. But yeah, it's just like that one extra sparkle, that like little like small things which you never really notice when you play a game, which just add to the experience somehow. And I really feel like Ori is one of those games which has that sort of polish somehow. And you might be like, intrinsically to me, I don't really understand what the polish is, what about small sort of details, and to be honest, maybe it's nothing there at all. Maybe it's just something like a sort of placebo effect which I've just made up in my mind. Apparently I haven't spoken to like any of my villagers for ages, to be fair. But I really noticed it when I was playing Ori, but perhaps because when I look at Ori, I think the polish jumps out at me through its animations and its art style specifically, because it does a load of little things through its animations which really give it like an extra little oomph, I suppose. You know, things like how when you land on platforms, if a lot of, like nearly all the platforms have a little bit of a give to them. You just like the tiniest amount where they sort of bend and creak under the pressure and the force, and it varies depending on how much you fall through. Everything feels like it's got so much momentum behind it. Which you might say, that's not really game polish, isn't it? That isn't that more to do with animations. And honestly, I kind of agree with you there. I think that's more to do with animations, but it's kind of really difficult to quantify, I suppose, what game polish actually is. And heavens no, I'm definitely not a person who's qualified enough to talk about it, because I don't know, I'm not a game dev or anything of that sort. But it's the sort of thing I just... I guess what I'm doing is I'm kind of just sort of filing everything under game polish, being like, I don't know how the game feel or that sort of thing in general. Like, I don't know how to talk about it. Oh, the game's really polished. But But I suppose perhaps what I mean is more like animation polish or anything. Ori has really, really pretty animations. Everything's so graceful, everything's like a dance, everything's so well choreographed. And I suppose that's in part like not only due to the execution of animations, but the planning and the ideation, I suppose, behind it was also really good. So I'm going to keep gushing about Ori, despite the fact that I played Blind Forest. I'm trying to think. Not too long after it came out, because it was one of the games I saw and I was like, this is gorgeous. I must play this immediately. Coffee's 200 bars a cup. I say yes. We have no visitor today, which is interesting. Yeah, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, so I'm excited to be playing Ori and Will-O-Wisp. Not that I wasn't excited playing Celeste, but Celeste has been around for 77 episodes, and you know, after that long, you'll probably just be like, hey, you know, probably shouldn't like. As always, you want things to change up a little bit. You know, doing the same thing over and over again can be a little bit draining. You know, you might be like, aren't you playing Animal Crossing for multiple days in a row? Yeah, but it does get kind of draining after a while. But also, I don't put much effort into Animal Crossing episodes, if you can tell. I'm just sort of sitting down. I'm just sort of moving around. I'm just saying random nonsense that comes to my mind. It's not really highbrow effort like the other videos where I try and like keep a conversational flow going a lot better. This is just sort of just like all the top of my head and everything's just a complete mess, to be honest. But yeah, I suppose it's sort of difference between the attitudes I take towards sort of games. I don't play Animal Crossing and be like, oh, I want new experiences each and every day. I want it to just have a sort of routine relaxation period, I suppose. A sense of familiarity you can easily turn back to. You know, and it's a game which you play and you're like, this is never going to be stressful, probably. Well, I mean, I suppose it depends on your own mileage, but whenever I play Animal Crossing, I'm like, I'm not going to be stressed by this. This is just going to be the chillest experience in the world, because that's how I play it, I suppose. And Tiger Beetle, where should we put this? I guess we can put it with the other beetles here. I don't know. We're really running out of space to put. Oh, it's flying. To put insects down because you know we have so many, I suppose, in the end. But yeah, Animal Crossing is just really chill. So that's why I say that. That's why, but you know, when I play the other games, I'm like, oh, you know, I want to see like exciting things. I want to put my brain to work. I want to put my hands to the test, see if I can really execute upon like these really difficult things and whatever. And it is stressful, you know, playing it after a while. You know, having to form new video games be kind of stressful and they're meant to be a relaxation period. But they're both, I suppose. It's both incredibly relaxing and unwinding to play, but often, you know, playing games, it's about that push and pull when it comes to tension. You know, you play it and you expect it to be difficult, you expect to be able to work for it, and then the payoff is great. But you don't want to do that all the time, which is why Animal Crossing is here, just sort of vibe out about something. Which is why I have a great appreciation for it, and that's why it, like, whenever people ask me for my favourite game, Animal Crossing is not my favourite game in the world, but I would be remiss if I said that. But it's definitely one of my favourite series of all time. Just because of its lasting power, I suppose, in my mind. And I suppose a lot of it is fueled by nostalgia, but I don't see that as necessarily a bad thing, per se, you know? If it's fueled by nostalgia, it's fueled by nostalgia, you know? That's just kind of it. Why shouldn't it be, I suppose, is what I'll say. If I enjoy it, then that's all that really matters, I suppose, in the end. But yeah, I don't know how I got onto this about talking about game polish. And we'll put these potato plants down. I suppose over here as well. I guess I'll put all 10 of them down because I don't really know what else to do with it. I mean, this is obviously not what our farming fields are going to look like in the end. It's just obviously right now I'm playing a lot of Happy Home Paradise, and I want to continue playing some Happy Home Paradise. So that's what. Okay, no, I did get 10. For a second there, I thought I only got 9 potato plants, and I was like, wait a minute. I messed up. So we're not really thinking much about island decoration at the moment. But once we get all our supplies and things that we particularly so desire, that's when we can start really thinking about how we're going to decorate things. But yeah, these Animal Crossing days are quite short. I mentioned this to Rach, I think. It's basically me playing Animal Crossing, just doing sort of daily chores for 15 minutes, and then I'll play Happy Home Paradise for a while. So I suppose it sort of depends what you want from these Animal Crossing videos. If you're here for my random commentary and gameplay, you know, you get the short end of a stick, because now my commentary and gameplay have gone down to about 15 minutes at the start of the episode. But if you're here just for something on the background, doesn't really matter what, then you know you're living large. This Happy Home Paradise is really filled that sort of shtick, I suppose, and really extended the amount of time I'm playing this game for. But yeah. Also, what can I talk about? Binding of Isaac, it got its long-awaited update was released. Not yesterday, it was actually quite kind of a while ago. I must have already spoken about it, I think, but I honestly can't recall. I haven't played it since, so who knows. Arcane Part 2 released. That's pretty cool, I suppose, if you watch that. I haven't watched any of them yet, so who knows. What else? I don't know, it's just about Ori and the Wood of the Wisp. The art time lapse was released today, and it was just really last minute. I know, I really like Ori's design, I suppose, as a character. It's so simplistic, and it was really like fun to draw. Oh yeah, I guess I can talk a little bit more about drawing it, because I think I talked a little bit about it a couple of days ago, where I was just like, hey, you know, drawing it was kind of weird, because as I say, Dee, who is the Dee character you see in all my thumbnail arts, I often view the thumbnail arts as her doing sort of like promotional photo shoots for the game, that sort of thing. So she often like dresses up as a character, you know, like you imagine in Life is Strange, you know, she dressed up as Alex and then like posed in like a photo shoot replicating this sort of thing, as if it's like some advertising material, which it obviously isn't, but you know, that's just how I imagine it in my mind. But Ori and the Wood of Wisps, not the Blind Forest, is a very difficult one to actually translate into a sort of like a photo shoot thing, because it's like, for one, what should Dee look like when she's, you know, trying to represent the character Ori? Is she just gonna be like Ori is she just gonna be Ori, question mark? Or perhaps it's gonna be something like, is she gonna be wearing an Ori costume? I'm surprised that Hattie doesn't give you more hairstyle and options, but there you go. Hey ho, here we go. Little too high and little too low. Yeah. What was I thinking about? I can't remember. Put items in storage. Yeah, so it's a bit of a strange thing. I had a lot of difficulty. I shouldn't say I had difficulty per se. It was more like I was rather torn on how to represent. And in the end, because my initial idea was she was going to be like, looks like she would be wearing a costume or that sort of thing. But you can actually see that in that art timeline. That was the initial idea. She's meant to be wearing like a bodysuit, and she's meant to have like gloves and boots on. So it's very clear she's wearing a costume, and she's meant to have like these ear extenders. I think this one's fake, if I recall. I think this one's meant to be blue, but we'll buy it anyway. Because I don't know. Yeah, but then partway through drawing, I was just like, you know what? It doesn't make any sense. To draw things like this, she should in fact be just, you know, just Ori, but with a deer head. So, you know, this is perhaps the thumbnail art which looks least like Dee. it looks pretty much just like Ori, except for Ori's ears are kind of different, I guess. And the nose shape is a bit different, but that's about, you know, longer. Sorry, head shape's a bit different. So perhaps it doesn't give as much as definitive features there. I mean, also things are different, like the body proportions are a bit different. The body proportions sort of like halfway between how I usually draw Dee, who's much more humanoid, I suppose. And Ori, who's got, you know, like digitigrade legs. He's like meant to be a sort of like made up creature. Hey, Gitsy, you say hi to Lottie when you can. Who are these people? You are Alice, I know that. I've had a vacation home nearby. I feel like I could stop here whenever I like, Governor. You are Deirdre, you were here yesterday. You had didn't you have a cool thing? I feel like you had a cool thing. Who are you? I don't know who you are. Pappy. Okay, sure. I knew you were a lazy horse, that's all I knew. You, of course, you Pango, right? Just test my memory on the Animal Crossing villages. I'm gonna learn them all. You are, I know you. Your name's like a pun on blue or something, like Bluebell. Stu? Never mind. That's someone else. Someone else entirely. I thought I knew you. I didn't know you. I'm getting you mistaken with someone else. A very easy thing to get mistaken between. Oh, look. You like all dancing. Hello, Claudia. What do you think of your arcade? A creme brulee. Giving us some what? Some blue checker flora? A white massage mat. Alright, sure. A white message mat. You're not just hulaing away. I won't disturb your hula, except for, you know, talking to Claude to actually get the new recipe. I did look it up because I was like, I wonder how you actually start customizing the school. You had to do 6 homes before you Lottie suggests customizing the school. It's at 4 homes she stands in front of the school and brings it up, and then it's at 6 homes is when you can actually do it. Hi dear, it's good to see you. Talk to me, Lottie, talk to me. Do you have a chat with Nico? Yeah, we talked about... Ooh, you had a chat about DIY? I knew Nico likes building things, but I didn't know you do too. Say, Wardell, remember when we ordered that workbench? When is it supposed to arrive? Soon. Great, thank you. I thought it might be handy to have a workbench around here, so I asked the woodhouse to order one. We'll place it upstairs once it arrives. Please feel free to use it for any of your own DIY projects anytime. Why is this an unlock? Alrighty, if you're ready to get back to work, please let me know. So it's here tomorrow, right? It's not just here right now, is it? I want to buy that hanging shelf. That hanging shelf looks pretty cool. Why would we need a workbench? Is all I really say. Got to say about something. Yeah, it's obviously not here yet. I assume it's gonna replace the cardboard boxes in the back left thing over there. I'm surprised that's an unlock rather than just something you get naturally. Or buy the hanging shelves because that looks quite nice. I don't know if we particularly need lunch food, but yeah, put me to work, Lottie. I'm ready to work. I don't know why I said it like that, to be honest. I'm ready to work to get the whole world working. So this will be our final one before we can upgrade and start creating the school. And I believe with that you also get different size, you can resize your homes. I looked up that, I didn't look up any further upgrades because I didn't want to. So I wish it could be somewhere it's forward all the time. That one sounds really fun. I want a taste of refined lifestyle with antique goods. Actually, I think you were here yesterday. I want a wooden home with a lot of wooden furniture. Ultimate beauty salon. I think we've done enough facilities. I don't want to do another facility. I want my nose to be hugged by the smell of trees. I think I want to do Deirdre's thing. Also, I looked up apparently recipes start washing up on the Happy in Paradise Beach or something. After you start unlocking them from Nico. Maybe? I read that. That might have been something I just made up in my head. I can't quite recall. But I think we're going to go with Deirdre here. Because that, honestly, an autumn-based home sounds lovely. I'm getting way into this whole resort thing. It's great. Get this. I've actually been saving up to get one of those vacation home thingies. Could you help me out? Let's chat. Let's talk, you and me. You know, I think we can make that happen. Oh, really? I mean, yeah, cool. Let's do this. Whatevs. Deirdre's one of the characters who I've actually never seen in any of the previous games that I played, which is wild. Alright, here it goes. I know it's kind of out there, but here's what I'm thinking for my vacation home. A little slice of fall. Pretty. Oh, that's very nice. I really like your concept. Choose an island. We're obviously going to choose a 4-based island if we can. So one of these 3. Maybe this one? It's not quite as orange, like orangey as I expected. But I'd be remiss if I didn't choose a 4 one. So, you know, this one seems like the best. Yep. Choose this one. Wow, that spot's awesome. This is going to rule whatevs. Now, Deirdre, we found an excellent location, but you had to see it, you know. Well, we've been through this whole song and dance. You know, I think about it, Deirdre would have been a great name for D instead of D. It's a great deer pun. Maybe D's are short for Deirdre, I don't know. I don't know why there's a barbed wire fence there, that's a bit strange. And only there. Well, is this my vacation home, huh? I wasn't sure if it was real. Alright, I'll leave it all in your hands, dear. Well, first things first, I'm a realist. Someone get everybody feeling in. I want to change the weather. No, I want to change the... This is fall? Can we make it like late fall? I also want a sunset, so we get a bit more of an orange sky there. That's too late. What about this? No, that's too early. Yeah, perfect. Love that. Love that. Love me some orange hue, some orange atmosphere. Really just encompassing that colour palette. Okay, so we're making everything a little slice of fall. Let's see what we've got to work with. I don't even know what it is. It's a giant mushroom. So, obviously, I think, hopefully, they give us the fall wallpaper and backdrop. Oh, there's 2 options. Oh, that's pretty. That's, obviously, it's that one. And this one, like... Oh, that's also a really good option. No, wait, she said fall, so obviously we're going to make it as autumny as possible. Methinks. And you know what's great about this one? It's a fantastic one to actually decorate the outside with. So I guess we'll use this mushroom as a sort of centerpiece to this entire thing. Or maybe we won't. Maybe let's partition things. You know, what? This can be like your bedroom sort of rug area. This can be sort of like a dining room table. I don't know what to do with this campfire, to be perfectly honest. I guess this can be like your kitchen. But let's see what other sort of fall items you have access to. Oh, I actually like this tree stump rug better. Maybe this can be like the central item. Yeah, because we've already got so much red leaf stuff on the ground. let us, in fact, use a wooden tree stump as our sort of centerpiece. Looks pretty good. Oh yeah, what if we put everything around the centerpiece? This is sort of like a sit-on-the-floor sort of campfire sort of area. Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, let's do that. Because, you know, why wouldn't you want to sit on the forest floor, I suppose? Taking a lovely day of autumn. Okay, got some logs, stuff, that makes sense. A hammock, mush lamp, a tree bounty's arch. Okay, what colour can we sort of paint this? Brown or white? Or brown, I guess, makes most sense. I don't know if we want to make it a mushroom forest, per se, but you do want this mushroom thing, so we're kind of forced to use it, unfortunately. A fire pit makes more sense outside. So do these pile of leaves. I think we want... Okay, you need a bed. Because this is meant to be like your bedroom, right? Okay, well, there's not many options. There's, in fact, only a log garden lounge, which I can only imagine is incredibly uncomfortable to sleep on. But hey-ho, if it's what you want, it's what you want. I wonder if we can do something a bit more creative, because I feel like we always just do the same sort of thing, you know, put the bed in the corner, bedside table with a lamp on top, next to it. What if we could do something a bit more interesting? They might say, what have you got in mind? I don't know yet. Maybe we use a hammock instead, or maybe a hammock's better suited outside. Hold on. Well, let's see what colours we got for the hammock. If we have like an autumny sort of pattern, do we have like a fallen leaf sort of pattern? Something that really fits the autumn aesthetic. Like, that could be alright. None of these like particularly autumny. Not yet, at least. It sounds like there's fireworks going on outside or something, which is crazy. I don't know what would be fireworks for. Cool, colourful, playful, variety. That could be quite nice. How about this? We'll go for... Probably dark brown makes the most sense, yeah. So we'll keep it dark brown. And this will be like a sort of hammock that you sleep on. And that's your bed, I guess. Mushroom low stool. Well, you know, we could keep the mushroom theme inside. And then outside is where we do the wooden theme. Okay. I like where you're going with this. I like where you're going with this. It should be in the corner, to be honest, just so we can make a sort of... We can customize this. White mushroom, strange mushroom, red mushroom, yellow mushroom. Ooh. Okay. Why don't we duplicate this? Maybe I don't want this to be as symmetrical as I've got it right now. I do want like a mushroomy forest sort of dealio. So why don't we put this here? Why don't we save that for outside? Why don't we put some mushroom fencing sort of items down? I know these aren't quite mushroom fences, but we can sort of partition off something over here. Perhaps if we move all of this down ever so slightly. This is sort of like a campsite area. And then this is like a place where you can go to sleep. You might be like, how are you going to sleep on that? That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Maybe be a bit better like this. But then again, we're just doing the same thing over and again. Also, how would you even get to that? That's a good point. I want to use this partition. Or maybe we should just use it as decoration over here. Like this. Alright, fair enough. You know what? We can use that outside. I forgot we can use the items that they want, but outside. I want a mushroom lamp. Can we make this a red mushroom, I guess? That'll be like that. What do we want to put on top of this mushroom thing here? It's a good question. It's a good question. A veggie basket? Ooh, yes, a mushroom pizza. Pumpkin scones. A mushroom potage. I don't even know what that is, to be honest, but I have a banquet there. We need like another little mushroom stool. A mushroom log. In the corner, holding a pizza. Well, actually, a pizza's a bit strange. Let's put the potage up here. Oh, we can customize this. No? Oh, we can customize a log to have different mushrooms on. Strange mushroom, red mushroom. Let's do yellow mushroom for this one. We've got strong red, orange, and yellow themes. I think that, you know, makes sense for autumny sort of forest. I think we'll keep that as a brown, to be honest. Can't customize that. I want to customize one of these. I want to have a little bit of unevenness, I suppose, in the design for this sort of room. I don't want everything to feel so symmetrical like I usually put it. So maybe the campsite should just sort of be in the corner here. Just sort of like a little campsite, you know, you can talk by the fire, etc, etc. Let's make another sort of mushroom seat here. We'll make this one a red one. And then what else from here? What can we do from here to sort of spice things up a little bit more? And maybe a leaf pond we'll put outside. Things need... Sorry, all the mushroom things need to go in here. A mushroom parasol. Ah, what? I didn't mean to put a cool chair in, but put this back. Don't nod about Deirdre. Terrible decision. Pile of leaves. I'm really not sure what to do with a mushroom partition. What do we make the central piece of a lamp? And this is sort of just like a parasol that you sleep under. If only we can put it slightly closer. We can't though. What if we just put a load of mushroom lamps around here? It's an interesting idea. It's an interesting idea. And then, you know, we turn off the light so it's all dark like this. And try and make it actually feel like a mushroom forest. To a certain degree. We can customize this. None. Roasting marshmallows. Absolutely. Look at that. And it'll be like a little banquet. This mushroom potage here is a bit random, isn't it? I want it. It doesn't feel quite right to me. It feels almost too random now. Like things are put down with no sort of sense about them. Is this damn table? This is perhaps a bit too big, really. Oh, we can customize this as well. What if we made it white? I'm not really sure. What if we put this here? Put this one over here. Something like that, you know? Does it again feel a bit too regimented? I don't know. Let's put stuff on the walls now. Forget about that for now. Otherwise you'll be at it forever. These kind of walls, interesting. I guess we'll put the mobile over your bed. That makes most sense to me. We can customize this in different sort of variations. Brown or white. Of course we don't want white particularly. Anything else which really goes on the wall? Not really. I can't really think of something which makes sense on the wall here. These all are very not wall-like items. And we could put some reefs down, but even still. We could put this welcome down, why not? Ash brown has got an orange flower, which I think could work. This could be like a welcome sign, you know, you put it over the doorway. Welcome to this area. What can we have hanging from the ceiling? Nothing. No new items, interesting. Can we customize this to be perhaps a bit more of a fitting colour? Orange wood could be okay. Just so you have some sort of like semblance of storage space in here. Otherwise it's a bit iffy, ain't it? Something like this. Otherwise, how are you going to put anything down in around here? Okay. I'm not totally sold on this. It looks alright, but you know, I feel like it's missing. It's je ne sais quoi. And I can't quite put my finger on what is missing. What it feels like is empty of. Oh, can we put actual mushrooms down? Like as plantations? Plantations? No. That's a shame. Pine bonsai. What's this? A mushroom wall? Oh, weird. I like this one a bit better. Round mat, flannel shirts. Orange cosmos. We could put some flowers down to sort of decorate the area. I didn't mean to rotate that way. Just to give it a little bit of a nice little something to it. I mean, I think this looks okay as a mushroom forest. If anything, I wouldn't want a hammock. Oh, I wonder if there's like a mush bed or something. I swear there was a mush bed in previous versions. I don't know why we don't have access to it here. This mushroom partition is a little bit difficult to use, but I feel like we should put it somewhere. What if we just like put it here? No, hold on. I don't want to flip it around that way. I want to be horizontal. Perhaps you just don't have enough space to be horizontal? What if we put something like this? Just to make it real difficult to get anywhere. Okay, maybe not. But we could just sort of put it up against a wall, I suppose, if we so desired. Man, rotating things in this game really doesn't make any sense to me. You have room. Be vertical. We can, perhaps something like this is okay. So I'll just offset things like this. It's a bit of a nuisance, I suppose, to navigate around. Also, you can't access your bed. I didn't think about that, to be perfectly honest. Perhaps we can amend that by moving this down one, and I think you can kind of access your bed like this. Well, you can get to a foot of it. If this was real life, you could clamber on top of that. It'd be very, honestly, troublesome to clamber on a hammock that way. What if we don't need this cosmos? Or if what if we just put it like over here instead? We have no space. Why would you put cosmos next to a fire? It doesn't make any sense. Alright, get rid of these cosmoses. Only mushrooms. We can do this, and hopefully you can actually access your bed this time, right? Yeah, perfect. Oh, it's the wrong way round. Well, at least we discovered it now, rather than later. I can't tell what the head of a hammock's meant to look like. Okay, so that looks good. I think we'll keep it like this, sort of low level. Little mushroom forest you got going on here. And now, we can go a bit wild with the autumn forest we've got going on. Or we can make over here, hopefully. So first things first, I'm a realist. Can we customize this to be... I think log makes most sense to me. Can we we can customize this one too. Wait, is there a different wooden one? Oh, it's white plank, that's not really what I want. I think that looks a bit better. Get rid of these. What's... Or at least change them to none of these. Please remove. I forget, because wooden stakes for some unfathomable reason is not... can we get rid of those? For some crazy reason is not a fence. It's just like an actual item. Isn't that weird? I always thought it was a bit weird. But if you want fences, these are your fences. And you can alternate them like this to give them a bit more of a dynamicism. It's not a word, by the way. You can just go over here for just a tick, Deirdre. I'm not sure. I think I want them down this edge. I don't want them on the edge where you get... Oh, hold on. Can we customize these to be a bit more of an autumny colour? Orange wood. No, that's too orange. I think I want them over here, to be honest. Yeah, then we'll put your house... Get rid of that. We'll put your house over here, in this corner. And then we could put something... How about like a little bush or something? Next to your side. Do you have bushes in here? What about a balancing toy? What the heck? I don't want to put it on the roof. That doesn't make any sense. No, that doesn't make sense. What? Oh, let's put a mushroom partition perhaps by the side there. So it's like the mushrooms are sort of growing out of a place. Also, we definitely want this somewhere. I don't want that there. I want this here, probably. It's your little slice of autumn. A little slice of autumn all over time. Yeah, I think that looks okay. What we can put over here? We are a fire pit. Yeah, definitely want to put a fire pit somewhere. And perhaps some nice little wooden logs. So I'll put the fire pit here, and then put some wooden logs back there, where you can sort of like sit and chat around by. This is a stool. Log stool. You can have this here. Why don't we use a log stool as a table? Interesting. No, I like us centered a bit more. Like this, and I suppose you could put a log stool here if you so desired. Be careful you don't lean too far backwards, otherwise you might fall off. What else will be nice? Oh, you know what? Before I forget, decorate the house. So we want like a nice little cottage. Methinks there's not enough space here. Yeah, that's okay. We want to keep it quite humble. So perhaps a log cabin makes the most sense here. We don't want slate. We want like a wooden. There's no wooden roofs. All right, no wooden roofs. Yeah, one of these do. Yeah, that's it. A maple rustic door, love it. A decoration, obviously this, a mushroom reef. Perfect. I think that definitely sort of suits the vibe. What other sort of things do we want to put out? Okay, we want to put a maple leaf pond stone over here. This is the sort of maple leaf area. Maybe it's like a little bit of a maple shrine. I don't really know. You can have sort of this, I suppose, following away. Let's get some paths in here as well. What sort of path would be nice? I think a wooden path would be quite... Might seem quite nice here, I don't know. You could be like, ooh, this is maple leaf on the ground. A maple leaf path. Something like that. Yeah, then you know what, switch these around. Put the fire pit back up here. Put the log bench sideways along here. Put a little bit of a wood stool here if you want to stoke your own fireplace. Perhaps we can put a table back here. Some log decorative shelves. That doesn't really make sense to put outside now I think about it. We can use this log bench as a table to show off some of the food that you could potentially create. Annoyingly, this fire pit is a bit of a weird size. A pumpkin soup. Something like this. Something like this. That's like a little table, even though it's not actually a table. Sneaky. I guess a wooden bucket makes sense to put nearby in case of emergency. Maybe over here. It's a bit far away from a fire pit, you might say, but that's just how life is. What else can we sort of put down? What would be a nice thing to put down? Oh, one thing we do need to remember to do is we need to remember to polish things that we want to polish. We do want to put these leaf piles down. Oh, you know what? We need to put some trees down. We'll do that in a sec. Let's put some scattered leaves down so you sort of like run through a leafy path. This is sort of like the forest area. That's my intention. What sort of trees can we put down? Hardwood tree? Perfect. Oh, you can't put them off a cliff. Ah, what if we had a smaller one? Ooh, what if we had a tree stump? Is that a nice little sort of thing to sit down on? Over here. Maybe these trees should be a bit smaller. No, I think they should be big. Like this. Do we even have any more space? Oh, I don't want to put one there. Oh, that's quite a nice place to put a tree. Surprisingly. Maybe make it a bit of a smaller one. Lest to be a bit too big. We've got no more room to plant trees, which is a shame because I'd like to put trees over here in this area, but unless we can't, so I suppose we'll just put instead some more leaf piles for you to run through. Over here, and perhaps at the end, maybe this is where we put the shrine. Maybe this can sort of be like a hangout area. And this is where we put the shrine. I think that seems reasonable. This is where you want, you know, like a peaceful place to sort of meditate by yourself. I don't know where to put this. Put it here. Be like, hey. Hey, buddy. Welcome to Deirdre's home. Which of these is the autumn? This one? I don't like the green it gives off. Yeah, maybe we just sort of give a pass to those. What else can we put? Can we put down outside here? What would be a lovely thing to put down outside here, which makes perfect sense? Bonsai tree, that kind of should probably go inside if anything. Maybe another sort of campfire area? Or maybe just like another log bench? Can't really go wrong with these natural log benches, I suppose. And you could put something in the middle here, perhaps like a giant table. Let's do, how are you going to get around that table? Didn't really think that far. Put this table here. It's a bit small of a table. Perhaps you can do something like this. Maybe we just put another sort of like leaf pile here. Just sort of fill up the space a bit. Like that? I don't know. Something should go here though. There's a bit of an empty space and it's dying for something to fill it up. But what? Oh, what should it be? Did we put down everything? Oh no, we need to put Tree's bounty down somewhere. I forgot she wanted this. Guess we can put it here. Then I don't really know what to do with it, to be honest. It'd be nice if we could put a tree behind that log. I think if we can get the space for it. That's just about enough space to put a nice little tree back here. And space things out a little bit more. Maybe just get rid of this log and put this over here. Honestly, looks quite nice. What if we put this like slightly more in the middle? We could also instead put things like this. Oh yeah, we could put things on the path. We could just put like a pile of leaves on the path or something like this, so you know it's like a little bit swept. You know, like this tree here made like a pile of leaves. I don't know. I could put a different colour one over here. Do we want this facing outwards like this? I kind of like to put it under the tree, I'll be perfectly honest. It feels a bit more, I don't know, cozy that way for some reason. Put this a little bit off centre. Yeah, a bit like this maybe. Perhaps move this tree stump up here. And then one more pile of leaves. We sure used these in excess. But it fits the autumn mood, doesn't it? Honestly, this looks quite nice. Perhaps we can put more things on the ground over here. What can we even put on the ground though? If that makes sense. we don't really have access to all that much. I guess we can put some flowers. Some reddish, some orangish flowers. What's a very autumny flower? I'm not sure. We don't even have access to many orange flowers. Oh. Hold on. I wanted actual flowers. As a plant. Thank you very much. Apparently orange windflowers are the only option we got. But they can be nice enough to spruce up the place, I think. Make the forest feel a bit more like a forest. If anything, it'd be nice if we could put maybe we should put some mushrooms down outside as well. I don't know. Just the rare odd mushroom. You know what? We should also we should use our what's the word? The custom path we downloaded ages ago from, and I honestly can't remember who. The sort of this one, because that certainly fits the bill for a much more autumny looking path, does it not? While the wooden path is nice, and it's one of those rare occasions where we can actually use the design paths we downloaded. And you know me, I seldom like to use these, I suppose. Oh, I'm a fool. You can't do it over the wood. I seldom like to use custom designs when I can. I like to do everything within the game systems if possible. But this is a very nice one. And it would be a shame not to use it for probably the only sort of design which requires it, which is this one. The autumn design request from Deirdre. It is likely the only time we'll ever get to use this. So no better time, I suppose, than the present. To give it a little bit of a shot. No! I didn't move my cursor. It's a little bit hard to see what I'm doing. I should probably change the angle I'm looking at things at. To try and speed things up a little bit. I'm almost certainly going to have missed a spot or something anyway. Oh, that's not even the right one. Get rid of that. It's very difficult to sort of work out where things need to go, particularly. Now we put in the left ones. And it's a bit of effort, yes, that is true. But I like to think the effort will be well rewarded. That should probably be a corner one now I look at it, not not one of these. Something like this. This should be probably another top one, which I've missed. Is there a right one underneath here? I don't even know. That's not the right one, but that's a corner piece. There was. I probably could have just looked to see if there was an erase button, but I didn't think about that. We need another down here. We need the middle block. Oh, I put it in the wrong place. Change again to, what was it, this one? Lovely. Change this to a bottom left block. And lovely, we got a nice little sort of like an autumny path for you to walk down. And if anything, the leaves could kind of be on it. We shift these over there. No, I kind of like this one over here, to be honest. And this looks lovely, I think. What do you think about Deirdre? If anything, I want you to look at the outside of this. Maybe we should take a picture of the outside of this one instead of the inside. Because the outside, I think, looks a lot better, fits it better. Oh, is it finished? Is it done yet? What else? It's ready. You're a rock star. Like a sold-out, instantly jam-packed stadium rock star. Let's check it out. You really went at it. I can't believe how hard you work. Thanks a ton. Isn't it almost a bit strange how every single villager said that? You spent such a long time on this. I can't believe how hard you worked for it. But yeah, I think the outside looks a lot better than the inside. A little slice of fall. Got to take pictures of these. I keep forgetting. But you know, if anything, a video is just a longer lasting and more moving picture. It's not really longer lasting, I suppose, but hey, that's fun. I didn't know you can interact with these parts like that. This is certainly one of the better outside designs I think I've done. I quite like it. It feels very homely, doesn't it? Dun, 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 dun. I forgot to polish things again. Okay, I don't think I would want to polish anything, to be fair, because it's meant to be quite dark inside. Making things shine bright would be very distracting. Thanks everything. Vacation home life is going to be sweet. So got any plans after this? May I take some photos? Sure, go for it. Take all the photos you like. Just give me a heads up when you're done. Of course, we will firstly change out of whatever you're wearing right now. I want you to be wearing, yeah, this or this. Let's do yellow. Little bit of a dandy hat, perhaps. Use the new accessories and hats we've got access to. Or a white one, a black one. Green, certainly not those colours. I think a black one could actually work kind of well. The brown one kind of gets lost in it, and it's not really the right kind of brown. At least a black matches with those sort of things. I want you to be. Where do I want you to be? Here, maybe? I don't know where you should be. Can I rotate you? I don't know where I want you to sort of stand. Oh, I can put you somewhere. Weird. Maybe we just go inside. Because while it's nice sort of scenery, there's not really... I don't even know where I want you to sit in this situation. At least inside is a bit easier to figure out. You know, we'll get rid of ourselves. I guess we'll sort of put you here. I guess we'll rotate you first. Can we put you on a diagonal of these? Nope, you're forced to face that way. Yeah, but let's take a picture, I suppose. From here. Get rid of me. This one could be quite a personal one, so we can zoom in quite a bit more, because there's not really much going on the roof or anything like that. Look over here, stop reading. You know, not everyone needs to be looking directly at the camera. Although I would like you to. How do I get you to stop reading? I had to pick you up, right? Stop. Stop. She's just meditating now. She's too busy meditating to look at me. Look! Gaze upon me! Equestrian fire rarity. I don't know why that quote came to mind. Oh, there you go. Oh, my word. She's actually looking. It's honestly kind of creepy now. Oh, well. Yeah, let's do that. Relaxing, vibing out like that. Feels a bit better, doesn't it? Yeah, I prefer this picture. I want to use this photo. We're just being consistent with the pictures we're taking, so they're all of the interior of a house. Just so we remember it that way. I can't say enough. Thanks again. Anything you need, I'm heading back. Cool. You're always welcome to hang out here. Bet you already knew that, though. I quite like this place. If I was to have a holiday resort, I'd like to live in this sort of thing. Might be quite difficult without the regular sort of facilities, and perhaps I'd like a larger room, but still. Hello, Lottie. Welcome back, dear. You've been working so hard lately. In fact, I have to call you a promising designer. I think you'll continue to discover more about yourself, what you enjoy, and how to apply it to your work. I'm excited to watch you grow. Me too. Here's your pay for this time. It's 9,000 Pokey. Whoa! I got a pay rise. You might notice it's a bit more than before. I like to raise folks' pay based on their effort, and I've never known anyone to disagree with a bigger payday. What a generous boss we have. You know, Lottie? You're a very good boss. Bum. Awesome, I'm a promising designer. Next up, designing some smiles. By the way, our selection of work clothes has been updated, so check out the locker when you can. Changing your work clothes can be refreshing, so pick something that suits your mood. Oh, we'll try that next time, I suppose. See you, Lottie. And I suppose tomorrow is when we'll, I'd imagine, be customising the school facility. As that happens to go. Let's see who our new villagers are hanging out on the beach. Pango, you're still here. It was not meant to be as rude as it came off. Oh, hold on. Your name is Pappy. That's it. Pappy, Alice. Pappy, Alice. I've seen you before. I don't remember your name though. I think you start with M. Willow. That's like an upside down M. This place is quite lively, and yet it's also something which I just get through for some reason. Stew. The others still hula hooping. Not hula hooping. Hula dancing. Over back. Oh, having a barbecue. Cute. I wish there'd be like more villagers over back here. Well, maybe it's as you get upgraded, like more and more people. So like, I would love to see like 20 odd villagers or sort of hanging around another island at one time. That'd be awesome. That's my dream. That's what I've always wanted. Just like tons and tons of villagers. Just all sort of vibing. But for now, we'll sort of head back to Fawnhallow. I don't think we have. Oh, we need to go listen to a KK Slider concert. That's what we need to do. I'm going to bring up the new KK Slider songs. I'll get through New Horizons, KK Slider, Wiki. Because there are, I believe, 8 new songs, which we need to listen to. New Horizons song list. I don't know which ones are new from this. I mean, I could guess, but it seems like a bad idea. Let's see. As of New Horizons, it's not what I want. Wait, it's not even late enough to have a KK Slider concert, is it? I forgot, it's 6 PM, isn't it? Okay, well, maybe I'll do it off camera. But for now, we'll round off this episode here. So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Deirdre. Likes, comments, description, shares are greatly appreciated. Join my Deirdre Discord, follow me on Twitter down below. Hope you see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.